Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Crew Knight, and you're probably watching this video because you have a lag problem on DayZ. And you might have the whole thing being laggy. It might be only when you run in those big cities. Either way, I think I have the ultimate fix that would basically solve that problem for the most part until the game goes stable. There's a post by Carl J on the forums. I'll post the link in the description, but I do believe this is the ultimate fix and you should at least give it a try. It works for me really well. I play the game pretty smoothly. So to set up for this, we're going to have to edit a few files in your documents. Nothing too difficult, but to set it up, you want to go into DayZ first, open that up, go to the main menu, go to settings, basically change the settings to the way you want to play the game. Like change the mouse sensitivity, change the brightness, change the gamma, change the sound, everything so that it's like custom made for your enjoyment. And after you have that set up, you quit the game, and it'll save, and you're ready to get started with this little trick that I'm about to show you. So you go open up your Steam window, right-click DayZ, go to Properties, and click Set Launch Options. Now this would normally have nothing in it, and you are to paste the code, which I will provide in the description as well. Basically, it's gonna change the startup. It's gonna basically take away your main menu animation just so it could run a little smoother. It'll set some memory maximum values so it doesn't like try to overload your computer and all that. But yeah, there's a few variations based on what CPU and graphics card you have, and I'll also have instructions on how to find out which one to use, how to find out what CPU and graphics card you have. Once you finish with that, you just close it and go to My Documents. Then you click, you open up the DayZ folder, My Documents. You will see several CFG files. You want to open up DayZ.cfg in Notepad. And let's see here. You want to go down to the line that says GPU underscore max frames ahead equals, and you want that value to be 1. You want to change whatever it is on your screen, on your file, change it to 1. Then right underneath that, there's the GPU detected frames ahead. You also want that value to be 1. And after you're done with those two, you want to save it. Override it, close it, right click the CFG file, click Properties, and then you want to make sure it is read only. So check that, push OK. Basically, if you don't have it set to read only, then when you start the game, it'll reset all the values to default, and basically you just wasted a lot of time. So after that, you want to open up your Steam, your DayZ profile, and it'll have your own unique name to it. This file's a little bigger, so you might want to use the Control F search function. And let's see, let's search for scene complexity. All right. You want to go down to that line. Scene complexity should equal 100,000. And right underneath that is shadow Z distance. that should be 90. And the view distance should be 1600. I have a different value here, but I'll tell you why in just a minute. And underneath that will be the preferred object view distance, which would be 1600. Now for those last two values, the view distance one and the preferred object view distance, those could be changed based on what you prefer to have and balance that out with how well your computer is actually going to perform. So I have mine set to 3000 instead of 1600 for both of them. You can set it to, you know, anything in between, or you can go up to 3500 if you wanted to, but basically what this does is this affects, like it says, your view distance, and basically it'll affect whether you see zombies from a certain distance or even players. So if you have it set to 1600, you won't see zombies in the distance beyond that. So setting it to higher values, you'll be able to see more players and zombies, unless you use like a scope in the game, then you'll be able to see more through that. But if you're just looking around, basically setting it to 3000 is pretty, you know, it's good for starter snipers, but it will affect your lag a little bit. So I would start with 1600, and then you could go back in this file and then work your way up. Either way, it's still going to be a lot better than what it used to be. So I think you'll be pretty happy with that. Then you want to, after you have that all figured out, you save it, and you also want to go into properties and make sure it's read only. And yeah, and you're done. That's the fix. So a quick recap here. You to set up, you go into DayZ, change the settings, you know, mouse sensitivity, brightness, all that good stuff to the way you want it to be. You know, HDR enabled, whatever. You go into properties, set launch options. You enter that little line in there. You go into my documents, and in DayZ, you edit the two files, the DayZ file and your DayZ profile file. And you change the lines that I pointed out. I'll have those lines in the description as well. And then after that, you set them both to readme only. And that is it. Now, this fix really saved the game for me. I'm like just playing it like it's a normal shooter. I mean, it's not perfect and it looks a little bit more crappy than the default settings, but hey, the gameplay is great. So the gameplay is really what matters, in my opinion. And then once the game stabilizes and they work out their code and all that stuff, then you could probably return all the stuff back to default value. You know, take off those readme only check marks in the properties, and it should reset. And yeah, that's it. I'm Crew Knight, and I hope this works well for you. I hope you give this video a like and you watch our upcoming videos in this channel. Thanks for watching, and have fun and stay safe in DayZ.